Yeah, I can cut it and all that
I
shit.
have all that stuff on my
Honestly,
computer with me.
do you?
Yeah.
You might fuck with it. Alright, we good?
We're rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay.
Bro. We're hot. Yo, what's going on, String Fam? It's me again, Jared. Today I brought my buddy Uzzell with me. Say what's up, Uzzell.
Hello?
We were just over here really chopping it up before this video started about all the crazy times we had in our past lives, really, before we got renewed and hooked up again in our newfound relationship and sobriety, man. So how you been, bro?
Life's good, man. It's good.
Word.
October 28th, I hit 5 years of sobriety.
Yo,
so
hell
that's
yeah.
pretty dope.
Hell yeah. Let me give you a little applause.
Yeah, so like it's been a pretty fucking amazing journey.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Word. I ain't gonna delve too much, man. I don't want none of this that you're about to see to be about me. I want the spotlight on this guy. He's come a long way. You heard him just celebrate 5 years. So I'm gonna get out the way, man, and let you get to it, brother.
Hell yeah. You hit stop on that, or?
I'll go back.
Betsky and a jet ski.
Do you want to start by telling us where are we?
All right, so we're in my father's shop. So how about this? My name is Justin Uzzell. I am 32 years old. I got sober October 28th, 2015. We are currently in my father's shop, aka a workspace for me as well. That's where we're at. He gave me a small section of his garage to let me have a space to let my creativity out. It's been awesome. Yeah.
What do you do here?
I tinker. I can never leave well enough alone. You know, it's good, but I think it could be better. So, yeah, I work on my motorcycle. I'm currently building a motorcycle for the Greasy Dozen. Hopefully they accept my entry into that. I'm all over the place. Am I still in the frame?
Yes.
You're good, man.
Yeah. That's who I am and where we're at.
Why don't you tell us like a little bit about yourself? So maybe start like how was life growing up? Where did you grow up?
So I'm from the west end of Richmond, Henrico County. Went to Douglas Freeman High School. Growing up, life is good. I mean, to be honest, I didn't get in trouble till later in life with booze. Like, I didn't party through. I smoked weed in high school, but I didn't party. Like, I didn't start drinking until I was like, that's not true. Take that back. Because I started drinking around like 17, like my senior year in high school. Yeah.
So when did you start drinking more than just recreationally, or when you first started drinking, did you notice it was difficult to have that switch? Was it immediate, or did that grow?
So I never really switched. That's the thing. I was always a binge drinker. Like, every time I drank, I just drank, like, to get fucked up. I know it never, like, was the goal to get fucked up. It just happened. Towards the end, that's when it started the goal was to get fucked up. But I never, like, casually drank. Every time I drank, it was, like, I never was, like, in a sense of alcoholism, I never was that type of alcoholic that had to wake up and have a drink. I was just, every time I drank, I got fucked up. And I called that time travel. Like, because I'd lose hours and wake up the next morning, like, what the fuck, how the fuck did I get here? How am I home? I was at a bar, how did I get here? Who is this? Like, that kind of shit. Just lose track of time. Like, but like, so like, I did that for years. So I'm like, I lost, like, if you want to call it time travel, I lost a lot of time. Like 4 nights a week getting fucked up like that can't be good. You know? But yeah, so like, there was like no transition. I really never thought I had an issue until the end. I just thought like everybody got fucked up like this. Like, that just was what I did.
What was was there one specific thing that made you realize you had an issue? Was it an event? event, or was it several events?
It was several events. I've never really hit that rock bottom. I mean, everybody's rock bottom is different, I guess. I was living in my boss's house that she grew up in at the time. I was in Bon Air. She grew up there. I was renting it out. Her daughter-in-law came over one day and saw how the house had gotten, like, they got into the point where I was, like, not paying bills. Like, my electricity got caught up at one point. Like, I got so consumed in my alcoholism. It was never really, it just, like, clouded everything. Like, it consumed me. Like, I had, like, it's the only disease that I know that will tell you that you don't have a problem. You know, like, I never knew. It was like, she came and she was like, you have a fucking issue. Because, like, the house was a mess and, like, I had fucked it up. She was like, I don't know what the fuck you got it on, but there's a meeting at this time and you need to be there. I was like, well, shit. And then I had, like, this whole, like, oh, shit.
Was it still, like, 4 days a week, or did that become more frequent? Was the drinking more frequent, or was it still, like, just a few days a week?
At that point?
Yeah.
I know, that's when I, like, that was, like, when I figured I needed to get sober. Like,
yeah. Well, that could be probably rock bottom.
Probably.
If your utilities are off and...
Yeah, but it didn't seem like it was that bad.
Right.
Like, I never really saw it. I mean, because I was like, because it could be worse, you know? Like, but I mean, like, I felt like my life was falling apart, so that would be my rock bottom.
I think a lot of people maybe, you think that you were just comfort in the problem, so you didn't realize it was a problem.
Yeah,
It felt okay.
Yeah, it was like it's a normal routine of me. What I did? Yeah.
And then, what about, were you surrounded with people who also didn't see it as a problem?
No, they saw it as a problem. Those are the people who, like, all my friends, like, that's what happened. Like, so it was like a Wednesday night. I mean, there's people just didn't want to be around me anymore because I was, like, getting so fucked up. I was such a burden because every time I get fucked up, I'd end up passing out at a bar or passing out where I'd stand. And they'd fucking have to get me to the car, get me home, fucking babysit me. Like, I was a burden on everyone. So people stopped hanging out. And they were, like, verbal about, well, like, hey, man, maybe you should slow it down. Maybe you should make some changes. And I never heard, like, maybe you should, like, stop drinking liquor. That's what I heard. You know, I never heard it as, like, hey, man, maybe you should quit drinking. Because I didn't want to hear it. Like, and that was the problem. And then when my boss's daughter came over, I was like, you have an issue. I heard it. And I looked around, and I was like...
What made you hear it from her and not other people?
Because it was I was embarrassed. Because, like, she was somebody its opinions I cared about, you know. I don't know why I don't know. I don't know why it was her that made it sink in. But then I tried to, like, get sober, right? So I went, like, 3 weeks. I went to meetings every day. And then I fucking relapsed. And I went on a 3-week bender. And it was, like, Wednesday night, October 28th, 2015. I was, like, pissed drunk, couldn't get anybody to hang out with. I was just like, I need to change my life. I'm, like, drunk as fuck, having this, like, aha moment. Like, crying. Like, I'm gonna die alone.
So let's say that's rock bottom.
That was my rock bottom. Yeah. I'm gonna die alone. And I was like, I woke up the next morning, went to an AA meeting, I never looked back.
Well, at least you were able to get yourself out, but was it hard for you?
Everything was hard.
Relapse? Like, did you...
I didn't look at that as, I didn't think I was really ready.
Right.
I wasn't ready.
So let's just not say that's a relapse. It was like preparing you.
Yeah, preparing me for what I was needed to prepare for.
Right.
And I never had, like, those DTs. I never had, like, shakes, because I wasn't fully addicted to drinking. Because I took days off, took weeks off at times. But, like, just when I started started. There's just no cutting that switch on and off.
What was your journey like when you started AA? Like how frequently?
I went every day, and I say this, and I've said this for years. If it wasn't for AA, I would not be sober. And it wasn't for some of the people I met in AA, I wouldn't be sober. Well, now, I mean, I also don't go as much as I should, or I've taken a step back and I've found my own journey. You know, like, it's not for everyone, you know, but there's some great values and great things you can learn in it. But it's not really for everyone. Like I said, it's not really for me right now. I don't know. I could go back. I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, people feel that way about religion. There may be aspects that they.
I mean, AA is very religious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very religious. Maybe that's something there, but I don't think so. I mean, just like in AA, they want you to. I don't know. It's a great support system. It's a great place to make a network of friends who will, if you need to call them, they will answer that call. Period.
How has your family reacted to you? How was your relationship before, and how has it changed, or has it changed?
So that's interesting. It's been great. My mom, like when I got sober, the first thing I was like, my mom can stop worrying. Like she's a worrier. Like that's all I could think of was like, now she doesn't have to worry. So when I hit a year sober, I took my mom to Buckhead's, and just told her she didn't have to worry anymore. You know, like because I put my parents through hell, like picking me up from jail, all that shit. So like me getting sober was like a breath of fresh air. You know, so it's been great. Big difference.
As a mom, I can tell you that she probably really appreciates that.
Yeah, I mean they've done a lot for me. I mean,
yeah,
we take for granted lots of things. You know, that's not one of those things I won't ever take for granted. You know, because my parents don't have their parents. Yeah, my father has his mother, but his father's gone. And same with my mom's lost both of her parents. So it's like I don't want to take that for granted. Having that relationship with them.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a gift for her.
Mm-hmm.
What about siblings?
So I had a half sister, stepsister. We have different mothers. We didn't grow up. We saw each other on the weekends. We're a lot closer now. And she's ecstatic that I got sober. And man, relationships are good. We bicker like brother and sister, still to this day. But like, it's not when I'm fucked up.
I mean, you seem like really passionate, but you also just seem happy.
Oh yeah, but it's like I am
smiling the whole time, talking.
Yeah, I'm happy to be alive. That's a thing. Like, at the rate I was going, I was going to die before I was 30. Like, for real. I was going to end up either in jail, in a box, or behind bars. Like, I don't know. Like, I would have, like, maybe even an institution. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh, wow. I would have fucking definitely probably drank myself to death.
You think you were depressed?
Yeah, I definitely never dealt with my problems. Like I definitely drank to deal with my emotions. So when I got sober, it was a roller coaster of feelings. Like it all came. Like I matured emotionally in a short amount of time, and that's why I feel like we have as people that get sober, we have these roller coaster rides because everything we've dealt with ever has been through our addiction. We've drank. We've just never. I never dealt with grief. Drank, you know. So when I got sober, had to deal with death for the first time. It was like crazy. Like maybe it all happens in a window really quick because you're maturing as like your thought process daily. So all this is combined in a short period of time, and it's wild. And it's hard to deal with. I never dealt with like death, but now it's like I can truly grasp the situation. Rather before that, I was just like not dealing with it.
What kind of stuff do you do now to deal with emotional hardship?
Talk. I like to talk. I don't like. I mean, some things like are hard to talk about. I mean, try to keep myself busy. To be honest, like hobbies, shit like that. So this way I can like have an outlet, creative outlet. You know, exercise. I used to exercise a lot. I got in a car accident. I don't know if that has. That's another story. Anyway, but like creative outlets. Yeah. I also like. I'm very passionate about my social media presence. Right. Like I use my social media presence as a positive message. I'm very open and honest about my alcoholism. I openly talk about how alcohol ruined my life, and that if you want to make a change, you can make it because I've made it. Nobody thought I could make it, and I made it. So if you want to, like, I openly talk about, if you want to reach out to somebody, you can hit me up any time of day. I'll answer. That's my thing. Like, positivity goes a long way. It's a whole mindset.
Did you find becoming sober has become a passion?
It's a lifestyle now. I call it a lifestyle. It's not like a passion.
What about like helping other people?
Oh, definitely. Like, I haven't done that as much as I should. I don't make content expressing myself as much as I should. But helping people is like showing people that we have flaws and showing people that it's okay. The highlight reel is social media, right? Highlight reel. Everybody sees that. That's a horrible thing. When I first got sober, I was like, everybody has everything that I want, and I'm nowhere near to where they are at, right? And I was like, this is crazy. I'm 27 years old. I started my life over. You know, I can't compare myself to them. Then I started like, well, if I'm going to be on somebody else's highlight reel, I'm going to make a message to remind people about that. You know, like, it's going to be okay. It's not that bad, you know? So, like, it is passion. Yeah, I'd call that passion. Helping people is a passion.
And I wouldn't say, like, I don't post as much as I should because when you do it, that's all that's important.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
You don't put pressure on yourself, but...
Yeah, I think pressure's good.
Well...
Because being stagnant is, like, our MO. Like, as people, progression is always good. And, like, being pressured to do things, I think, makes you perform.
Maybe give you a little
incentive. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Well, where do you see yourself going in the next few years?
That's a really good question. I've made dramatic lifestyle changes over the last couple of years. 5 years sobriety now. I've done a lot of firsts, right? I quit drinking. Bam, that's killer. I quit smoking. That's killer. Did that. I got in shape. Now I'm out of shape, but I'm going to get back in shape. That's all right. We're doing that. So, like, I've done a lot of firsts. Check this out. When I first year sobriety, I treated myself to a flight I stayed in London. I'd never been on a fucking airplane. I treated myself to that. Went to London for 2 weeks. Hung out with my best friend Dan. It was lit. And, like, now I've changed careers. I thought I was going to take over a restaurant. Didn't work out. Didn't see where I was going. And that's okay. So I changed careers. I'm in manufacturing now. Maybe I'll be manufacturing motorcycle parts. Maybe I'll be I don't know. I want to learn things. I'm taking classes to become a machinist or taking machining classes. You know, so like be able to take a piece of metal and make a part out of it or make something out of it. That's pretty fucking cool in my opinion. So that's something I'm currently passionate about. So I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I hope to be a lot farther along than where I'm at. I'll just give you that as my answer.
I like the answer though that you said, like you felt at 27 instead of just taking that and not doing anything, you did, like, look at you now. You can see that you're excited about the future and what's happening now, even. And
yeah, I had no direction and drive back then. I was just making it week to week. I'm still kind of doing that, but like, it's hard. We fall in this bubble as people, society. We fall in these bubbles of like worrying about right now, paying this bill. But whenever it's hard to remember the big picture and the big focus on it, life. You know, it's true. I mean, like, there's things in the world that are happening that are beyond us. People are dying in Africa. We forget about that because we're worried about paying our fucking electric bill. You know? You just got to take a step back and realize that, like, it will be okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. You know? I don't know. I don't know what your original question was. I was just rambling.
That's okay. Keep being chatty. I like chatty. What about who your friends now? So, like, let's say
I still hang out with people that I hung out with before. Like, they were some of the biggest reasons I got sober. Now my circle is still them, but it's also included a lot of sober people. People that I inspired to be like, or, you know, it's a very great community out there of like people that want. So in AA they say, you come to this room and you see the people, they've got something that you want, you know. Or I think that's how the saying is. I can't think, is that right? Yeah, they have something that I want, and I'm willing to do anything to have it. So that's what that makes you stick around. You learn from them. And they've, like, people, a lot of those people have something that I want. So stick around. Yeah. Positive breeds positivity. Progression breeds other people to progress with you.
That's very true.
You know.
Do you have any more questions, Jared?
No. And like Shannon Briggs.
Shannon,
like this dude right here was like one of the biggest inspirations. Like, I did not want to go to work or work out one morning, and I heard one of this dude. He was like, "Oh man, it's just like his fire, his passion set me on fire to like make me, and I want to have that impact on other people, like the way he impacted me. You know, like it. I heard it, and I was like, let's fucking go. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. And I was like, let's fucking get it. I was like, oh! I was like, let's fire the fuck up. And I want to have that impact on other people, you know? He impacted me, and I want to impact other people like he impacted.
How did he impact you? Like,
it just gave me, he just like, the way he was talking, and it put him like a message into my head, like, I could do anything. He was like, it hyped me up so much. I was like, I'm gonna fucking be I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna do it, and that's where I'm gonna be.
And he was a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
Boxer.
Yeah. He's a heavyweight boxer who beat Lennox Lewis, I believe. But 50 years old, he's got a six pack, giant, swole. Nobody wants to fight him. It's crazy. It was inspiring. And he's hilarious. He's the biggest troll. Fucking showing up to fights at Klitschko is screaming, I'll fight you right now. Like, it's hilarious. But yeah, like, I want to inspire people the way he inspired me.
I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, Jared's caught fire. Like, this is something I've been trying to push for a long time, and somebody else is doing it with me. You know, like, I see negativity on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all out there. I want to be, you scrolling through your feed, you see this smile, and I want you to smile back. You know? That's what kind of guy I like. We all have our own bullshit. You know? So if you can see me for 5 fucking minutes and hear me cuss, get worked up, and it works you up, puts a smile on your face, that video did the job. That's all you need, because making somebody smile can change somebody's day. And change how they talk to the next person. And that's a chain reaction. And it can happen. One smile at a time. It's true, like, so if somebody cuts you off in traffic on your way to work, you're like, fuck you. you carry that fuck you to the work, and that's how you talk to your coworker. You know, it's a ripple effect, and it really does. It's a mindset that, yeah, that's
true.
mindset is everything, right?
You have a lot of passion.
I mean, so do y'all. So like,
You'll be successful.
so we all. I mean, I don't take compliments well.
Just say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fuck out y'all.
So you know the way you practice sobriety, which you probably don't even have to practice anymore because 5 years is so long.
Well, it's actually 5 years isn't that long. 5 years is think of a 5-year-old. They don't know shit.
So when Jared first got sober, we can cut this out, but I used to every year would tell him the percent of people, and I think 5 years is like 8%. So feel
Lucky.
8%.
Grateful.
Grateful.
Thankful.
Amazed.
Yeah.
And be, you have to really know,
You gotta want it.
But you did it. So congratulate yourself, and if somebody gives you a compliment, say thank you. You're right. Never throw it back at someone else or don't take it. 5 years is amazing. It's a long time.
It is.
But
you're also, in the grand scheme of things, this is another thing in AA, 5 years isn't that long. Because you see people fall off that have 20 years. Because it can change it. Because if you don't keep practicing it, you can fall off. It's got to be a lifestyle forever. We can't jump it back. We can't teeter that line. Because we're the type of people that when we jump, we go full tilt.
Right.
There's no in between. And I know damn well if I go next time, I'm 95% sure I won't come back.
Right.
We won't come back.
So
And I'll die and that's the last thing I want to die as a fucking alcoholic.
Right.
Who's said all that shit and has nothing to show for it because he came back on his word.
Right. So I can jump in on that, man. And what you said it a couple times, and she's been asking you the questions about mindset and lifestyle, right? So I'm big on listening to motivational speakers, and I think a guy named Les Brown, what he really practiced was like you just said, you can go a year, 5 years, 20 years, and then fuck up, right? But what we learn is, and if you're not exercising your mind daily, weeds start to grow. Weeds being bad thoughts, which we know now after dealing with all the feelings, that rush of feelings you're talking about, is that addiction monster waiting for us to tiptoe back in. And I'm like you, man, it's so many points that you made while speaking. I'm back here damn, this guy's talking to me. I am that, you know what I'm saying? And bro, I just appreciate you taking this time to sit down, man, and speak about this.
No, I appreciate you. No, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Look.
No, I appreciate y'all
taking.
taking the time to sit with me and put it out there for other people to see.
Right.
Because it shows other people that if you don't, it's like that first month, that first couple of days, they're fucking hard. They're really fucking hard. You are in full panic mode. You don't have anywhere to turn. You feel like you don't have anywhere to turn. You don't feel like everything's against you. So I hope somebody who is dealing with that right now sees this video and just know that it will be okay. I hope that reaches that person because I hope I was there, and I'm here now.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell everybody where they can reach you, man.
So I've got a couple. I got a side hustle. I fix GameCube controllers. That's Controller Connect on Instagram and Twitter. But my personal Instagram is It's Just Us. Justin Allen Uzzell on Facebook. It's Just Us on Twitter and on YouTube. Holla.
Alright, real quick, man. If you got one piece of advice, man, I know you dropped a lot of gems in this video, bro. One piece of advice to that person that you were just speaking about, who's in that moment right now.
Reach out. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do it alone. Just reach out. I'll answer.
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
No, I thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.